Good morning, boys and girls. Today I want to talk about a great book. I think I want to read this book all the way through, but I want to talk about just a little bit of this book this morning. And I want to talk about the language that they use, that the author uses in this story, Anne Cameron. And when we talk about the things in one book, then we can use it when we're reading other books at our houses, or even if we're looking at the books on Epic or any place else, or even if you're watching a movie, you can listen for the special language that people use and the way that they use these things. They help you understand. Okay, we were able to do a little bit of this in the classroom, but I want to talk about this. This is a book called The Stories Julian Tells, and it kind of gives it away. It says up here in the corner, fiction. So I don't even get to ask you, what do you think? Will this be fiction or nonfiction? It tells you fiction. But if I were to look at the cover, and I see that there's a boy, and it looks like that's Julian, holding a hose, and there's water coming out. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 cats that are sitting all around him. But in the corner, or in the moon, it looks like there's a cat that's looking down from the moon and winking. So when I hear about, or when I see this, and I read the word stories instead of facts, I think, I'll bet this is a fiction book, because just because of the way it's set up. Okay, so let's get started. Here we go. The Stories Julian Tells. And here's a little teaser for it. Cats for sale. What's a catalog? Huey asked me. A catalog, I said, is where cats come from. You open the catalog and the cats jump out. Then they run outside and work in the garden. I don't believe you, Huey said. Cats don't act like that. Of course, I said. Ordinary cats don't act like that. That's why you have to get them specially. Catalog cats. Really? Huey said. Really, I said. Now I want to take what I know here and go back to the front. Does that kind of explain what's on the front cover? It sure does. Do you think he's making up stories when he says that a catalog cat jumps out of the book and then comes and works in your garden? I do. So right away, we know that this is true. It is a fiction book. All right, let's go to the first chapter. And this is a chapter book. It's not a very big book. I can show you. This is not a very big book, but it is a chapter book. The Stories Julian Tells. And because it's a chapter book, we have a table of contents, and it tells what these chapters have in it. All right, so let's go. The Pudding Like a Night on the Sea. I'm going to make something special for your mother, my father said. My mother was out shopping. My father was in the kitchen, looking at the pots and the pans and the jars of this and that. What are you going to make? I said. A pudding, he said. My father is a big man with wild black hair. When he laughs, the sun laughs in the window panes. When he thinks, you can almost see his thoughts sitting on all the tables and chairs. When he is angry, me and my little brother Huey shiver to the bottom of our shoes. What kind of pudding will you make? Huey said. A wonderful pudding, my father said. It will taste like a whole raft of lemons. It will taste like a night on the sea. Then he took down a knife and sliced 5 lemons in half. He squeezed the first one. Juice squirted in my eye. Stand back, he said, and squeezed again. The seeds flew out on the floor. Pick up those seeds, Huey, he said. Huey took the broom and swept them up. My father cracked some eggs and put the yolks in a pan and the whites in a bowl. He rolled up his sleeves and pushed back his hair and beat up those yolks. Sugar, Julian, he said. And I poured in the sugar. He went on beating. Then he put in lemon juice and cream and set the pan on the stove. The pudding bubbled and he stirred it fast. Cream splashed on the stove. Wipe that up, Huey, he said. Huey did. Now, I see these pictures, and I want to talk about some of the words that they use. The author used some words here, and I've written them down. And one of the things that it said was, when he laughs, the sun laughs. Now, I've never seen the sun actually laugh, but can you imagine when somebody laughs so much that the sun laughs? I think that makes me think that Julian thinks his dad has a great big laugh, like the great big sun. Something else the author said was, you can see his thoughts. Now, I know that in movies, sometimes they do things and they make things look silly, where when somebody is thinking something, they make a new picture come up in the corner, and it looks like you can see what that person is thinking. But can you see somebody's thoughts in your kitchen? This makes me think that his thoughts seem very, very important, that they can show up in the kitchen. And my favorite one, when he was talking about what it will taste like, he said, it will taste like a night on the sea. A night on the sea, like a night on a sea is another word for ocean, like a night on the ocean. Now, boys and girls, I've been on a boat, and I've been on a boat at night. And when you are out there on the ocean at night, it seems very special, and it seems like you're far away from everything, and it's calm, and it's cool, and it makes everything around you seem very, very big. So when he says that the pudding he's making, the dad says, the pudding he's making will taste like a night on the sea. Why, those words put together, they bring up something in my brain. They help me to think of something that is special. So when I see words like these, the sun laughs, you can see his thoughts, will taste like a night on the sea, well, I know that the author is using special words to make me think and feel different things. When that happens, when an author is using special words like these, it is our job as good readers to pay attention and to try to understand what the author wants us to know. And boys and girls, that's what I want you to do when you are doing your reading. And I want you to be able to pay attention to words like these and try to write down some of the words that the author uses to make you think special things. All right? So let's take this skill and go put it into our brains when we're reading our books. All right. Have a fantastic day. Keep reading.